If you are currently experiencing a behavioral issue of any kind, feel free to email me as I do offer virtual coaching. And if you would like, you can go to my Facebook page and you can see all the reviews that I've had from previous clients. My name is Kevin. I've been working with dogs for 16 years. I currently help dog owners resolve behavioral issues that have developed in their dogs. I make the distinction on my channel that dog training is exclusively skill-based, while behavioral issues are largely socially related. So the focus of this channel is canine social dynamics and the relationship dynamic between dog and human. When I engage in resolving behavioral issues in dogs, I do not use treats, I do not use toys, I don't use play. My focus is on what's happening on a social level between dog and dog owner. A recent photo of Hasan Piker's older dog Fish has recently surfaced, in which you can see a gash on the dog's neck.
Come here. Stay. If you run right now, I'll fucking kill you. Like, I'll actually kill you, okay? In front of everyone. Stay. Here. Hey. Motherfucker. Come here. Stay. No, come here.
Accompanied by a photo of the dog wearing a prong collar. Now, it's hard to say whether or not improper use of this prong collar did cause this gash. However, this photo reminds me of something that happened to me last year regarding another pit bull. I documented this incident and I ended up calling animal control because I had never been put in this position before and I wanted to get a second opinion about the situation. But what I want people to take away from this video is it's easy to feign moral outrage online and act like you give a shit, but there's a big difference between writing a comment expressing disgust over what you perceive somebody has done to their dog, or make a video about it, and actually doing something about it. Something as simple as a phone call can make all the difference for a dog who may be in serious danger. And a phone call does not mean that the person in question may be prosecuted. It just means that an investigation can take place, and if the person is in fact found of wrongdoing, then the proper measures can be taken. When I had originally posted this video, there were people that had expressed that they thought I went too far and they thought a conversation with the owner would have sufficed, but they don't know the whole story. And there are things that took place between me and the owner that indicated poor character on their part that I'm not going to share in this video, but all of these things when combined together is what led me to make the phone call to animal control. If you have good reason to believe that somebody is abusing or neglecting their animal, please just make a phone call. It may end up being nothing, or it may in fact save that dog's life. There's an entirely separate incident in which an entire dog fighting ring was found because of one phone call made by an Amazon driver. And that incident led that individual to be prosecuted and sentenced to 475 years in jail. So I have a message to Pitbull owners out there, or would-be Pitbull owners, because I have a feeling this is the case in a lot of situations where people take pit bull puppies or pit bulls into their home and have no fucking idea what these dogs need, how to handle these dogs. You can hear him panting in the background, right? Well, I will be posting other videos of this dog's stay here. But, okay, so to preface it, I extend sitting services to all my clients, right? Now, I've only had one session with this individual previously, and that was a while ago. And I've watched her dog one other time. And last time, yeah, he did, I could tell she's not been setting boundaries with the dog. He's not getting the discipline he needs. And he's got some anxiety issues, right? Typical when you don't give a pit bull what they need. But I noticed that she had him on a prong collar and a retractable leash last time, right? Which I do not recommend retractable leashes, and I don't use prong collars. So she was already not following my recommendations, which whatever, do whatever you want. I can't force you to do anything. Now, last time she had brought him, it wasn't so much of a problem, right? I was able to slip. Now, this dog had broken the prong collar. And she kind of makeshifted it, kind of ghetto rigged it, and whatever. It wasn't a big deal. As soon as she left, I took the prong collar off, and I was able to slip it off of him, and it's fine. Well, this time she brings him over, and I could tell he gained some weight, but the prong collar was still on him, and he was noticeably more anxious than he was the last time he came here. And when she left, I attempted to take the prong collar off this time, but I could not get it off. Now listen, I'm containing my anger here because the dog's next to me, and I don't want to start raising my voice and getting the dog upset or getting the dog afraid. But let me tell you, when I couldn't get that prong collar off, and I started to notice that he had some irritation on his neck, I started to get really fucking pissed off. So I'm trying to get this thing off of him and it won't come off. So finally I have to take some scissors. Do you see how ghetto rigged this is? This was tied. This was so tight on the dog. She had strapped it up and tightened it. The prongs were pretty tight on this dog's neck. Well, when I finally got the prong collar, because I could see that there was some irritation on his neck, when I finally got the collar off, this is what I found. Now you can imagine after having seen this, I was pretty fucking livid. Because what this leads me to believe is that this individual has been leaving this prong collar on this dog all day long. Day in and day out. Because you can't get the damn collar off. I couldn't get it off. I had to cut it off. I had to cut these fucking straps to get the collar off. And if there's that much irritation on his neck, and now mind you, there was some like parts where the blood had dried and it was like scar tissue. Like, what the fuck are we doing? This is why pit bulls get such a bad fucking rap, because people, y'all take these dogs into your homes like they're purses or like they're little poodles. You think they're so fucking cool. Same thing with the Cane Corsos. You think they're so fucking cool. You don't know anything about them. And when you can't handle them, this is the shit you do. This is your solution. Strap a prong collar to him and leave it on him all fucking day. And then you wonder why the dog has the anxiety issues it has. Seriously. You know, I'm not into shaming owners and things like that, but there's a clear line between owners that are doing their best and just don't know and need guidance, and people that are clearly neglecting their animal and don't give a fuck. People that have had, one session with me and didn't fucking listen to anything I had to say. Clearly didn't. And I knew she wouldn't. Because when I had sent the instructions to her, a couple of weeks went by before she finally acknowledged that I had sent them to her and asked me to resend them to her. Didn't hear from her for actually quite some time, and then she reached out to me to inquire about where she could get like some kind of certification for her for him as an emotional support dog, so she could keep him at her apartment. So I knew she wasn't gonna fucking listen. But this is what you resort to. You don't listen to what I have to tell you. Oh, because it's work, right? Yeah, these dogs require work. Any dog requires work, but these dogs especially, they need work. You have to put in effort. You have to put in time. It doesn't fucking happen overnight. If you can't handle these dogs, do not take them into your home. I'm sick of seeing shit like this. I got another text from a client that I had a couple months ago. They had a Pitbull puppy. This guy wanted a Cane Corso. He's talking about how cool Cane Corsos were. I said he wanted a Cane Corso. I said, no, do not get one. I said, master the Pitbull first. Now, of course, I had told him this dog's a puppy. It's going to go through different phases of puppyhood, and you're going to need... There are certain things these dogs need. Now, I don't know what this individual has done with this puppy to raise it, but he texted me last night saying, oh, hey, this is so-and-so with the dog's name. Do you remember me? Hey, well, she's been lunging at my other dog. Do you know where I could find a good home for her? So what that leads me to conclude is that this individual also did not make the effort to raise the Pitbull puppy they had correctly. They did not follow what I had told them. And this is the position they're now in. And I even asked them, I said, well, listen, if it's something we can work through, are you willing to do it? Are you willing to work through it? Took a day to respond to me and said, no, you know what? Me and my girlfriend or wife or whatever she is said we just would feel more comfortable if we didn't have the dog anymore. And I'm like, I haven't responded yet, but I'm thinking, you've had this dog since it was a puppy. Clearly the fault is not on the dog. So where did you go wrong? And I'm saying this to every pit bull owner out there, or every would-be pit bull owner out there, because I've worked with people who had pit bulls, aggressive pit bulls, who, I mean, when they attacked you, they were trying to kill you, because these owners did not give the dogs what they needed. You can't fuck around with dogs like this. If you're going to take a strong breed into your home, do your fucking research before you do it. Understand what you're getting and what's required of you. It's a huge responsibility. Now, I'm the kind of individual who will step up to the plate and do what needs to be done. And I will not apologize for calling these individuals weak, because they are. And when a dog like a pit bull knows you're weak, this is where these problems happen. This is where they develop. If you can't handle a strong dog, don't ever fucking think about getting one. Please, for the love of Christ, people, do better. Animal control. Looks like she went the wrong way. Here, buddy. This way. This way. I saw you pulling around. I'm gonna.
That's done.
Yeah. He's really friendly. Yeah. I'm gonna record if you don't mind.
Okay.
So I don't know if they told you anything over the phone.
I seen like the dispatching notes.
Okay.
You know that you were concerned about the dog's well-being. You
Yeah.
suspected abuse or something.
Well, just more not neglect.
Okay.
Why don't I show you inside
Okay.
the collar?
I mean, he looks pretty well taken care of.
Yeah, let me
And-
and that's why I wanted a second opinion.
Yeah, and I mean,
So-
I wouldn't see if someone's neglecting or abusing their dog for them to hire someone to,
Right.
come out and take care of them.
Right.
Is it like the cage or something that's
No,
concerning to you?
I'll
or-
show you. I'll show
Okay.
you. Okay, so because he's been here twice, and I had a session with her owner or with his owner.
Okay, so this is your place?
This is my place. Yes.
Okay.
Hey.
Hey.
No. Down. So the last time she was here, she had the prong collar, right? But he
Okay.
was smaller, and it wasn't so much of a problem. But this time I noticed, because he broke the collar, right? She didn't get a new one, so she had it tied, and it was so tight I couldn't get it
Yeah,
off.
it's small for him.
And if you notice on his neck, you can feel it.
Where it poked him.
You can see there's a lot of irritation there.
Okay, yeah, I feel a couple of bumps.
And
yeah, I see what you mean.
what it led me to believe was she probably wasn't even taking it off, because I had to cut it off. I couldn't get
Okay.
it off of her.
So
or
are
off
you a
of him.
trainer or?
Yeah, I
Yeah,
work
okay.
with dogs.
Okay.
And so, but he has issues with his skin. His overall mental health is he has anxiety problems.
Common.
I don't think she can. It's the first session we had. We went over some things. She didn't really follow my recommendations, and so I just don't know if she can really even handle the dog.
Okay, does she live in Romeoville or what?
No,
town does
she lives like 45 minutes away.
Oh wow. Okay.
I can't remember the town. Forest Park. Forest Park.
Okay.
Yes.
I'm not sure if they have animal control. That might be Cook County Animal Control. So what I mean, the dog, honestly, it looks pretty well taken care of to me. She could just not be, she probably doesn't realize that the collar is getting too small as the dog's growing.
Okay.
Pit bulls, they're common for skin allergies. I have one at home. She has to be on Apoquil her whole life just because pit bulls, they
Right.
have a lot of skin issues. But overall, I mean, the dog looks pretty healthy. What I would do is I would just, as someone like you who knows what to do with dogs, I would just educate her on
And that's
what needs
what-
to be done
yeah.
with this collar. Like, he shouldn't keep a prong collar on 24/7.
Absolutely.
He seems pretty well behaved, so I'm not sure if it's because of you socializing him or...
It's not so much his behavior. It's like I said, he it's more his state of mind when he has serious anxiety problems.
Okay.
Like if I put him in the cage and then walked out the door, he freaks out.
Really? Okay.
He wants to follow you around the house.
Okay.
These are issues that someone who works with dogs,
Yeah.
they can build up to problems in the future, especially with
Right.
pit bulls.
Exactly.
You know how it
Yeah,
goes.
I know. I have 2 shepherds and I have a pit bull at home,
Right.
so I
Right.
totally understand how the anxiety is and things like that. What I would recommend is how long do you have him for this time?
She just got back in town. She's supposed to get him tonight.
Okay. What I would recommend is when she gets here, kind of
Yeah.
educate her on the prong collar if she does plan on using that. I seen you walking him, and he's walking very well without a
He
prong
walks well
collar
with
on.
me,
Yeah,
right?
he-
And I took video for her, and I already told her because she texted me Wednesday morning, and I said, hey, we need to talk about this.
Yeah. Yeah, he
And
doesn't
so-
seem like he needs a prong collar on, at
No.
least how I see
No,
him
yeah,
walking him. He was doing very well.
he does very well without it.
But yeah, I would educate her on the prong collar, and then are you planning on taking him again, or like?
Yeah, he's more than welcome. My
Okay.
concern was just when I release him back.
Yeah.
Is he going to be? Is overall care
Is he
going to
being
be?
taken care of?
Yeah, because I would hate to release him back and then she goes back to.
Putting
Because
that back on?
Because
Yeah.
the initial recommendations I made had nothing to I don't recommend prong collars. I don't recommend.
Okay.
She didn't
I'm
listen to
right there with you,
she
yep,
didn't listen
yep.
to anything I had initially showed
Okay.
her.
Does he have a collar on normally, or is it just that
No,
prong collar?
no, and and
Okay.
that's the thing is I took it off, and so that's the other thing that leads me to believe she just leaves it on because he
Yeah.
doesn't have a regular
Yeah.
collar.
So I would send her a message, let her know that she's got to get him a new collar before she picks him up.
Okay.
I always suggest martingale collars because
I
they
love-
tighten
yeah.
as they
I like
as
the
they
martingales.
pull.
I
Martingales
agree.
are awesome. So I would recommend telling her to go get one from Petco right down the street before she picks him up, and then educate her about the prong collar. And then once she takes him back home, just let her know your concerns about the prong collar and with his skin and stuff. And then you can contact I think it would be Cook County Animal Control.
Okay.
Do you have her address or no?
I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can have them go and do a welfare check.
Okay.
So maybe like a week from now, you can call them.
Follow up.
Yeah. You can even ask to remain anonymous. That's what a lot of people do here. They want to remain anonymous. We go out there, do a welfare check the dog's well-being, where it's living, and everything like that.
Okay. Well, that's actually not a bad idea.
So yeah, that's what I would recommend doing. But yeah, he looks pretty well taken care of, but I can definitely see your concern with the prong collar.
Yeah. Yeah, no, overall, like, as far as him, eating and
Yeah.
I know she's meeting his needs that way. It was just, like...
yeah, and it could just be an education thing. A
Yeah.
lot of people don't realize what the prong collars actually do to a dog.
Yeah, and
But you're a good boy.
it's just because I'm not against the tool. It's just the application. Yeah, I have to use them correctly. And then when I see that level of irritation,
Right.
then that leads me to believe it's not being used correctly.
Right.
And then
she's probably definitely left it on him.
yeah,
Because you could feel it all the way.
yeah,
down.
you could and it's the first night I took it off. I mean, like when I got up close and started moving the hair around. I mean, it was really, really red.
Yeah.
So that. Yeah, of course, it drew some concerns.
Yeah, of course.
It's like...
Yeah, I would educate her on the prong collar. Tell her don't even use one at this point. He walks well on a leash. He doesn't need it.
Yeah.
Have her go get a collar before she comes here. And then, like I said, I would recommend having... I think it would be Cook County Animal Control. You would have to just make sure before you contact them.
Okay.
Because I don't think... What is it, Forest Park, you said?
Forest Park,
I don't think they have animal control.
They don't have their own animal control.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it would be Cook County or whatever county that is. Just let them know the situation. You were watching him. You were a little concerned. You just want to make sure he's in safe.
Okay. I'll do that
Keep
then.
home.
That actually, yeah.
But yeah, that would be what I would recommend. Just stay civil about it. You care about the dog.
Yeah.
She should be thankful that you care about the dog.
I agree.
But yeah, that's what I would do.
Okay.
So
I will do that then. I just
if
I
you
wanted
have any
to.
other concerns or anything, you can reach back out to the police department. If you get him again and if he looks worse off or anything like that, we can definitely investigate it more. But
Okay.
as of right now, I think it's more of like an education issue.
Sure. No, and I wanted a second opinion. I didn't know where,
Yeah, no, I don't
because I
blame
work
you.
with a lot of dogs, and that's something I've not seen.
Yeah.
I've not had a dog come here with that particularly.
Yeah.
So it's
Yeah,
just
I totally understand.
something new for me that I haven't dealt with
Yeah.
yet.
Nope, you did the right thing. Like I said, I always recommend getting a second opinion. But yeah, educate her on the prong collar as long as she's willing to learn. That's the most important thing, and then follow up with the welfare check.
Okay,
So,
thank you.
But,
And
all right.
what was your name again?
my name's McKenna.
McKenna.
I would give you my card, but I don't have one with
That's
me in the
okay.
van.
That's okay.
So I'm the only animal control officer. So.
Okay. All right.
But all right, well, thank you.
Appreciate it,
I appreciate
McKenna.
you giving us a call.
Thank you.
You're a
Appreciate you
good
showing
boy.
up.
What's the dog's name?
Oh, Ocean.
Ocean. Okay.
Yeah.
Different name.
You right?
All right.
All right,
stay,
buddy.
Bubba.
Yeah, you better stay over here. Come on.
All right. Well, thank you.
All right, have a good one.
day.
Thank you. Now, when you've done things consistently as far as how you're communicating with the leash, you should be able to get to the point where you drop the leash and you can just walk side by side without the dog running ahead. Now, is it going to be perfect? No, but you just rein him back in, and it gets easier and easier and easier. The process becomes much more fluid. There's a lot less friction. Everything falls in line. You hit this rhythm, right? And everything becomes easy. This is how a walk should look. I should be able to drop the leash. Is it going to be perfect? No, but we're working towards it. Little by little. He's looking a lot better than when he did when I got him.